This is Madden 19. I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. On tap is what should be a pretty good matchup between the New York Jets and the Miami Dolphins. With that, let's get down to Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Standing by for the call, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Coach. From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. The excitement brewing here in South Florida as a moment ago the Dolphins starters were introduced to this home crowd. They're fired up as well as they get set to match up with the New York Jets. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Godden. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With me, as always, Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at a matchup like this. It's really the running backs that may take center stage here today.
And in today's football, they're still valuable, not just as runners, but guys who can catch the ball as well. It's really the number of touches that determines things these days.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. Jakeem Grant now to return. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Miami's offense coming onto the field. There's Ryan Tannehill, helped lead him to the Week 1 victory over Tennessee. He missed all of last year, of course. He looked pretty sharp, Charles. 20 of 28 in the opener.
Yeah, how about that? 230 yards, 2 touchdowns. He did throw 2 interceptions, but remember, they had a couple of rain delays, lightning delays. Kind of hard to warm up, stop, play. I mean, all those things, all things considered, the 75-yard bomb to Kenny Stills shows that he still has it.
Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. This offense has a few playmakers. If they're going to go downfield, they often look the way of Stills.
He loves to run the deep routes, loves to get downfield and make the big catches, and he does it with flair.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Still second down.
So after the penalty, here's 2nd and 3. Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
There's so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. First carry for Frank Gore back home here in Miami. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Avery Williamson there to make the stop. And a look now at how the Jets line up defensively.
When you're the number 6 pick overall in the NFL draft, big things are expected out of you. And finally, Morris Claiborne is starting to deliver on some of that promise. Played 15 games in 2017, the most he'd played since his rookie year, and had his best season to date. Ability to cover, ability to tackle, all the things we saw coming out in the draft in 2012, we're now seeing on the field.
On second down, it's Drake. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action, hit them over the top.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Out of the gun, Tannehill. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Jordan Jenkins in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. Back deep here, Andre Roberts. And before the punt, time is going to run out on this first quarter. 0-0 our score. And we'll be back to South Florida after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
With Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Jets in possession as we begin quarter number 2 here. They take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
All right, here we go.
Back to throw, Darnold. Got an open man, it's a noon one. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher for guys trying to get to the football.
Remain in a scoreless first half. We'll come back to Miami after this. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll check in with our Jonathan Coachman. He'll have highlights and analysis of the first half, and our highlights will likely be on the defensive side of the football here. Scoreless game. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Darnold from the gun. Daminous got it. Complete. And he'll have the first down as he's up to about the 18. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Sometimes it seems like a tough world out there. Many thought Sam Darnold would go #1 overall to the Browns, and he fell to #3 to the New York Jets. I think he fell to a great situation. He gets to go to New York with a rebuilding team, take over the job right then and there. And while many were expecting Broadway Baker Mayfield, instead they got sudden Sam Darnold, and I think the Jets fans will be very happy to have him.
Here's Darnold. His throw incomplete. The safety, T.J. McDonald, getting in there to break that one up. Well, quite a few teams this past week in the NFL were playing with new quarterbacks, guys that have been in the league, but in a new uniform. And they had quite a bit of success. You noted some of them. Who'd you have down?
It was really incredible success with the game by Kirk Cousins in Minnesota, 1. Case Keenum in Denver, 1. Alex Smith with Washington, 1 at Arizona. Pat Mahomes, he started one game last year, but it was really a throwaway. His true debut on the road against the Chargers wins. And Tyrod, whichever way he wants it pronounced, got a tie with Cleveland. How about special category? Ryan Tannehill back with the Dolphins. He wins in their home game against Tennessee. And fear the beard. Ryan Fitzpatrick, what a monster performance on the road, beating New Orleans with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
And if you guys were worried, Brady and Rodgers, still pretty good.
Yes. Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. First down, it's Darnold. The grab made by Curse over the middle. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Throwing again is Darnold. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. First down now, but the clock continues to move. A first down throw, Darnold. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. First down now, but that clock rolling. On 1st and 10, Darnold. He's got his man. It's Curse. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 40. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Here we go now.
Again, Darnold. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Robert Quinn able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard. A final shot before the break. Darnold. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. So plenty of action on the field, but no action right now on the scoreboard, at least as of yet. 0-0 is our score. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one's been a defensive stalemate. No scoring in that first half whatsoever. But a breakthrough can't be too far off. And for the start of the second half, let's get you right back out to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. After a rare scoreless first half, these teams now just looking for something as the second half gets underway. Andre Roberts now to return it. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Now a first carry for the former Cleveland Brown, Isaiah Crowell. Tackle made there by Kiko Alonso.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Now a run. This is Bilal Powell. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
So the offense a little antsy. The flag comes out, and a 5-yard penalty.
False start, offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
Here we go now. 3,
A shotgun snap for Darnold. Hauled in by Anderson, left side. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Green 39! Green 39!
A first down carry now for Crowell. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Cameron Wake makes plays like that look simple because I think he plays with excellent leverage. Really does a nice job of being lower than the offensive guys trying to block him and gets underneath them and goes up and down the line of scrimmage to make those types of plays.
And kept him to a short run play there. Again, it's Crowell. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Minkah Fitzpatrick made the play defensively, the first-round pick out of Alabama.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Hurry up, here we go! Green 39!
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So these two teams will take the long walk to the opposite end of the stadium as we're through 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Miami, as we've got the final quarter upon us, we get ready to start the 4th. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 32-yard line.
Here we go now! Green 39! Green 39!
Now whistles come in before the snap. Looked like one of the Jets may have moved.
False start, offense.
The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Here we go now! Green 19!
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, no, he lost the football. But I think a Jet was able to recover, and they'll keep possession thanks to a heads-up play.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards gets him back near the original line of scrimmage as they'll be left with a 3rd and long.
Nice job there defensively on 3rd down. Not only did they string the play out, but they didn't allow any room for a cutback. Really well organized on the defensive side.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And they're facing a big 3rd down now in this tie ball game. Darnold now to throw. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages. And Myers able to knock it through, and they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Well, it took a while to get anything on the scoreboard, but we finally have our first points of the contest.
So the question now becomes, can they make this one stand up? In the way that these defenses have played, those 3 points almost look like 30, don't they?
Yeah, those 3 points look like a miracle right now. Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And
I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
Back to throw. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Leonard Williams in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up third down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the second quarter, he may very well run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw. Out to the right here to Wilson. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. That's to his running back, complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. So now let's reset here, Charles. They do have 2 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock twice. This one's not quite over yet.
No, and what you're doing on defense, you're going to use both timeouts, obviously. But you've got to call defenses are going to force the issue early, meaning you want that play over fast. You don't want to give them time to dance around in the backfield or run a wide sweep that'll take off time. Blitz them, put pressure on them, make sure that play ends quickly so that you can go ahead and keep moving.
Now a handoff to Crowell. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Now the Dolphins are going to take another timeout here, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. The Jets, with victory seemingly in hand, they take a knee. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. The Jets, with victory seemingly in hand, they take the knee.
Brandon, I can just tell you from experience, there's nothing like pitching a shutout on defense, but even more so when it's a tight game. I mean, when every defensive play is crucial and you don't give up any points, boy, they're going to feel awfully good about themselves after this one.
Yeah, exactly. The offense wasn't humming, but, hey, all they needed was... you can't score 1 point. All they needed was 2 points. Well, you can't score 2 points on offense. All they needed was at least 3, and they got what they needed.
They got what they needed. Exactly right.
The storyline of this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column, too.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. And with that, we sign off from Miami.